How's it going, everyone? They call me the Toaster, and today I want to show you how you can get enchanted books like Mending for just 1 emerald. So let's get right into today's tutorial. I loaded up 5 librarians inside of my villager trading hall with an iron farm. This first one over here is offering an efficiency 5 book for 35 emeralds and a book. This one over here is offering Mending 1 for 14 emeralds and a book. This one here is offering Mending 1 for a book with 38 emeralds. This one over here is offering Unbreaking 3 for 31 emeralds and a book. And I also got one last one, Fortune 3 for 21 emeralds and a book. So in order for them to give you the trade at a discount, you have to cure a zombie villager nearby. I added an area underneath this farm that allows you to easily cure zombie villagers as well as create them. So let's see how it works. First, you're going to click this button, and that's going to put the villager next to the zombie. He's going to turn him into a zombie villager. You need to make sure that you're on hard mode for this, because if you're on easy or normal, there's a chance that the zombie just kills the villager in there. On hard mode, the zombie will never kill the villager. Next, I'm going to open up this chest to take out a golden apple. And inside this dispenser here, I already have splash potions of weakness. So if I click this button and I give him the golden apple, you will see he's going to start to convert. It takes about 2 minutes for him to change back, so let's wait for that to happen. Now that he is fully cured, let's go see what happened to the villager trades. And check this out. This one gave us a discount of 5 emeralds for the efficiency 5. The Mending book also gave us a discount of 5. Over here, this one, it was 38, so this one also gave us a discount of 5. And also the paper gets discounted by 1 as well. This one also got discounted by 5 for the Unbreaking 3. And this one also got discounted by 5. So you just have to repeat this process until you get the trade to be down to 1 emerald. So let's do it a couple of more times. So now we're going to wait for the second one to cure. And once he's cured, let's go check out the trades again. So he offered another discount for 5. This was another 5 discount. So it seems that it keeps going down by 5. So the paper, it will go down 1 for every time you cure a zombie villager, but it only applies to a maximum of 10 times. So the lowest that this paper could be is 14. So it's not possible to get this to a 1 paper trade. This Mending book is now down to 4 emeralds. Let's cure the zombie villager one last time. We're going to click this button to turn him into a zombie villager. And then we're going to click this button to send him back over there and hit him with the splash potion of weakness. And then I'll give him this golden apple. So we just got to wait for him to convert. And then once he's cured, let's go check out the trades one last time. We finally got our Mending 1 book for just 1 emerald and 1 book. So let's buy him out. So I was able to buy 12 Mending books from him. And that's how you get really cheap trades from the villagers. You just have to keep on curing that zombie villager, and it's going to take 5 emeralds off the price. And you could stack this as many times as you'd like to get that trade down to 1 emerald. I would recommend using this for enchanted books that you're going to use a lot of. For example, Mending could be applied to all of your armor, all of your tools, and some special stuff too, like shears and fishing rods. Then there's Unbreaking 3. That could also be applied to everything. Efficiency, that could be used for all of your tools. Protection, that could be used for all of your armor. So those are 4 really good examples of trades you would want to get discounted. So if this is something you want to add to your world, let's get right into the build tutorial. Here's the full materials list. You're only going to need 3 building blocks for this. I'm using stone bricks. You're going to need 1 slab. You're going to need 2 stone buttons. In this tutorial, I'm going to use the black stone button just because it's easier to see where I'm placing them. But you could just use regular stone buttons. That would work fine as well. Then you're going to need 2 glass, 1 dispenser, 2 minecarts, about 16 rails. When you make rails, it makes 16, so just make a set of that. You're going to need 4 powered rails, a redstone block, 1 lever, 2 ladders, 1 spruce trapdoor, 1 chest, 1 door. If you're going to use a wooden door, you don't need the 2 wooden buttons, but because I'm using an iron door, I need these 2 buttons to open and close the door. 3 torches, And then you're going to need your splash potions of weakness and your golden apples. So each cure takes 1 splash potion of weakness and 1 golden apple. Here's how you're going to know how many of these you're going to need. If your trade has, for example, 35 emeralds for a book you really want, every time you cure a zombie villager, it decreases by 5. So if you cure 1 zombie villager, that trade's going to be worth 30. If you cure it again, it's going to be worth 25, and so on and so forth. You're going to need to cure them 7 times, because 7 times 5 is 35, and of course it won't ever go to 0, so it's just going to go to 1 as the lowest amount. If you already know how to make splash potions of weakness, then you could skip ahead of this part. But for those of you who don't know, splash potions of weakness are not a cheap material. They can be quite expensive, so it's best to get all the librarians first, with all the trades that you want, and then you could just do the curing and get the books that you need before the trades go back up in price. So first you're going to need obsidian. To get obsidian, you'll need to find a lava pool. Sometimes they spawn above ground, or sometimes they'll spawn below ground while you're mining, and then just take a water bucket and put it over the lava, and then you can mine out this obsidian. Then what you need is 10 pieces of obsidian, and you're going to arrange them like this. You're going to place 2 on the floor, then you're going to go up by 3, and then you could put temporary blocks in the corner, and then you're going to go up by 2, and then you're just going to connect this like this. So it's 2 wide, 3 tall. Then you need to light the portal on fire with a flint and steel, and you can make that by putting 1 piece of flint with 1 piece of iron. Flint you get by digging out gravel. When you light this on fire, it's going to create a portal and you're going to go through. This is the nether, and inside of here, you're looking for a nether fortress. You could tell you found a nether fortress when you see these really dark brick type of structure. Now, inside of the nether fortress, while trying to stay alive, you're looking for a blaze spawner, and I'll show you what that looks like. These are blaze. So you could kill them randomly as you find them, but the nether fortress will always have a blaze spawner in it, which is this block right here, which spawns in blaze when you stand next to it. So what you do is you're just going to kill them and farm them here, and they're going to drop blaze rods. By the time you find this place and you come all this way, you may as well get a ton while you can. After you get enough blaze and make it back to the overworld, you're going to place down a crafting table, and you're going to make a brewing stand by placing 3 cobblestone at the bottom with 1 blaze rod like that. Now you could place down your brewing stand, and you're going to take one of the blaze rods and craft it into 2 blaze powder. Now the blaze powder goes inside the brewing stand, and this powers the system. Next we'll need glass bottles, so go to your crafting table with your glass, and if you place them in a V shape like this, it's going to make 3 glass bottles. Take your glass bottles to water so that you can fill them up. Once you have your 3 water bottles filled up, you can place them inside of the brewing stand. Next, you'll need to craft a fermented spider eye. To craft a fermented spider eye, you're going to need 1 spider eye, and you get that from killing spiders. You're going to need a brown mushroom. These just spawn randomly, so just keep a lookout for them. And you're going to need 1 sugar. You can get sugar but from sugarcane. If you just put a sugarcane inside the crafting table, you'll get your 1 sugar. So this is how you craft the fermented spider eye. And then the last thing you're going to need is gunpowder. You can get gunpowder from killing creepers. Now what you're going to do is you're going to place the fermented spider eye in here, and it's going to start brewing. And it's going to take a little bit of time. So let's fast forward. And now we just made a potion of weakness. And if we place the gunpowder and wait the time again, you'll see we'll end up with splash potions of weakness. And then the last thing you need is a golden apple. To make a golden apple, you just need an apple. You could find this when you cut down trees or in villages. And then 8 gold. Just going to place the gold all around it and make 1 golden apple. Where you place the villager curing station is important, because when you cure a zombie villager, any villager within a 16 block radius is also going to have those discounts. So here we have a villager that is going to be turned into a zombie villager. Once he's cured, all the villagers within 16 blocks are going to have a discount. So you see that one has a discount, this one has the discount, this one has the discount, this one has the discount, and this one doesn't have the discount. And it even goes upwards, so 16 blocks above, he has the discount. By the way, if you want to learn how to make this huge villager farm that holds up to 60 villagers and is also an iron farm at the same time, then check the link in the description below. So let's get started with the build. First, what we need to do is locate this middle pillar here. You could tell it's the middle because it's in line with this villager here, and you see there are 2 villagers to the right and 2 villagers on the left. So this is a pretty good middle spot. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down by 3. 1, 2, 3. And then we're going to dig out 1 on the right side, 1 on the left side, and we're going to extend into this by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just hollow out this whole little cube right here. So when you hollowed it out, you should have an area that is just 3 big, with the center being the hole that you just came through. And it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks long. Now we're going to put down 2 ladders, and we're going to put the trapdoor up here. This is so that we have a way in and out of the villager curing station, and it doesn't take up too much space like that. So you can close this trapdoor when you're done, and then to get back in, just open it up and come on down here. So the first part of the build is the rails. We're going to place down our 2 powered rails 1 block away from the edge of the wall, and we're going to place a powered rail in between them. This is the track that the villager is going to be on. Next, we need to place down 1 rail here because that's where the zombie is going to sit. And sometimes when you do this, it kind of messes up a little bit. So to get around this problem, what you can do is just break this one and then just break 1 more off to the side and place another rail here. Now when you place down this rail, it's not going to automatically connect. Then you could break this one and put the wall back. Next, what we need to do is place down 2 blocks over here, and we're going to place down our torch here, and we could also place 2 at the beginning over here just to make sure that this place is lit up enough. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to place down a dispenser like this, facing into the powered rail that's next to the zombie, and we're going to load this thing up with splash potions of weakness. Then we'll come around this side, and we'll place a button on the back of that. We can place down our chest right here and load this with our golden apples. And then we'll place down another block here with a button just like that. So just to show you how this works, I'm just going to break this chest temporarily. When you click this button, this powered rail turns on, and that's going to bring him to this side. And then the zombie is going to attack him and turn him into a zombie villager. And then this button, it powers this rail. I don't know if you saw that. I'll do that again. It powers this rail, and it's going to send the zombie villager over to this side where you can cure him. And it also throws the splash potion of weakness, so that just saves you a step. Now we can place back our chest with our golden apples inside. Now we're just going to place 2 glass above here so we can see what's going on the inside. And we're going to place a slab right here. This will allow us to still give the zombie villager his golden apple without worrying about a baby zombie getting inside of here and ruining the whole thing. And that's it for the build. The only thing that's left is to put a villager in here and a zombie in here. And let me show you how to do that. So first I'm going to place the villager in here. What I'm going to do is just extend this track just like this. And I'm going to build up just like that. So, oh, whoops, and it looks like I missed it by 1. So I gotta just extend this by 1 more. So in front of the buttons is where you'll want to dig up because that's where the tracks are. And then we can go to our villager breeder to get a villager in here. So what we are going to do is place 3 bread inside of the dispenser and give that to them. After a little while, they're going to enter love mode, and out is going to come a little baby villager. There we go. Now the baby villager is eventually going to make his way into the minecart trap. And we can go ahead and then just push him down into the spot he needs to go into. So we'll just push him all the way into this side over here. Perfect. Now the next thing we need to do is to get the zombie in here. The zombie is a little bit more tricky, but we'll be able to get it. So what we need to do is to put the zombie in this spot right over here. So we're just going to connect this like this. And believe it or not, this is actually good because look what happens. If I put a minecart here and it rolls down the hill, actually it's going to go into that spot over there because of the way that the rail is facing. Now getting the zombie in here might be one of the more difficult things, but let me show you a really easy way to do that. So let's set the trap for the zombie. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place a redstone block here with a powered rail on top of that. And then I'm going to place a block next to it I'm going to place one rail here, and then I'm going to place another powered rail here with a lever on this side. And I need to make sure that I have a block at the end of the powered rail over here. Now, if I turn on this lever, this is going to turn on the power source. And if I put a minecart here, it's just going to move back and forth like this. If a zombie walks into this, he's going to get picked up in the minecart. And then after, what we can do is easily change the tracks to get him down below. But let's go capture a zombie first. So I'm going to set this trap. And what I'm going to do here is just come out through the side here. And I would recommend putting a door here just so that nothing could easily walk inside of your villager farm. And place down buttons so you have a way of getting inside. We need to get a zombie down there that won't despawn. There are two ways to do that. The first one is to get a name tag and rename it in an anvil to anything that you want to call the zombie. I'll call him Z. And use this name tag on a zombie, and you can lure that one inside the trap. If you don't have a name tag, don't worry, there's also another way to stop zombies from despawning. In Bedrock, you have to throw it an item and see if he picks it up. Not every zombie can pick up an item, so you have to go on the hunt a little bit to find one that can pick it up. I recommend just using a wooden shovel, they're cheap and easy to make. So go up to different zombies and try throwing them an item, see if they're willing to pick it up. And check that out, this one picked up the shovel, so now we know he's not going to despawn. So now all we got to do is get him to follow us all the way back to the trap. Alright, so let's lure him back into the trap over here. We're going to press this button to open it up. Click this button to let him in. And perfect. Look how he gets stuck inside of the trap. Now we're going to turn off this lever to get him stuck in that position over there. And we're just going to change the tracks so that he is going to go downstairs instead. So we're going to break this block and break this block and perfect. Put it like that. And now look what happens. And you see, just like that, he is perfectly placed into his area over there. You can break these blocks now and put the stone bricks back over there or whatever your walls are made out of. And now perfect. Now you could just close up this area over here. So let's just fill it in. And done. Now check this out. A couple of tips. I wouldn't put a job block here for this villager. And actually what I would do is I would keep him as a zombie most of the time. Because if you're placing down a work block for another villager, and he accidentally links up to it, it's just going to get kind of messy. So just leave him as a zombie until you're ready to do the curing. So we're just going to push him over like that. And you see, just leave him. You could leave him as a zombie just like this. There's no harm. I recommend waiting for them to grow up to be full adults. So this one was 38 and it goes down by 5 every time. So that means if we cure him 8 times, we should get this mending book down to 1. We already have 1 because of the baby villager, so let's do it 7 more times. If you quit and come back, the zombie villager cures right away. And done. That was the 7th time he was cured, so now I'm just going to leave him as a zombie because this is the best practice if you're trying to grow your villager farm, so he doesn't sync up with other work blocks that you're trying to give to other villagers. And if we come up here, you should see, look at that. We got that 38 emerald mending book all the way down to 1. And this should apply for the rest of the trades as well. Look at this, fortune 3 for 1 emerald, unbreaking 3 for 1 emerald. I mean, just think about how many you could buy. It would be incredible. This mending book for 1. And also this efficiency book for 1. Buy it while you can, because these trades won't last forever. You see over here I was able to get 9, 10, 11, 12 mending books from him. After a while their trades go back to normal, so take advantage while you can. But that's it for the tutorial. I hope you liked it. If you did, please leave me a like, leave me a comment, tell me what you think, and hit that subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Alright, have an awesome day. Toaster out.